Hi guys, Robbie46 here, welcome yourselves back to MotoGP 19 on the Xbox One X. Let's go on to round 5 Le Mans and hope that we can have better luck in this round, as the last two we've been taken out 3 times altogether. So yeah, it would be nice to have a dry race as well, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so past Nakagami we go. Through turn 1 or turn 2 even. A little hot into the chicane there. So my suspension setup for Jerez has actually transferred quite nicely over to Le Mans. So I haven't really had to tweak the suspension other than just load my suspension setup from Jerez. Despite the fact that obviously Jerez's race was wet and we ended up ultimately getting taken out by Dovizioso at the final corner during the race, which wasn't good. Did manage to recover back to 6th, but wasn't ideal. So yeah, I need to make amends for that hopefully this time, and I'm hoping that we can get a decent result and not get taken out. But first and foremost, let's hope it's a dry race, because if it's another wet race, I think that they're going to do pretty much the same and potentially take me out. So that's what I'm concerned about, but we'll have to wait and see. Getting towards the end of our qualifying lap now. Okay, right, run to the start finish line. Okay, well, it's looking good at the moment. Oh, just been knocked down a second there. So we are starting it in 2nd place, just behind Dovizioso, the guy that took me out at Jerez. It is dry though, it is dry. So 31 degrees, I'm thinking medium front and a hard rear tyre. I could go for a medium rear, but I just think, you know, towards the end of the race, I think that the hard rear will be the way to go, although I'm literally the only one on the front 2 rows that have gone for a hard rear.
The riders are spread out on the grid. The light will soon go out and the Le Mans race will begin.
Okay, it's dry, that's the main thing. I don't think that we have to worry too much about dive bombing in the dry, but you know, anything can happen. Let's see how we get on. Here we go. Good start from Marquez and Rossi and Crutchlow. My start wasn't too bad. Back in front of Rossi. Got Rins on the inside, out the way Dovi. I'm not going to even be careful trying to get past Dovi. Not after the last race. So 3rd place, 2 Hondas out front, Marquez in the lead. He's got soft front, soft rear, remember. So I am expecting them to go off later on in the race. I can't remember what Crutchlow was on. I think he was on a soft front, hard rear, medium rear even. I'm not entirely sure there, but I don't think Crutchlow's on a soft rear. I think he's on a medium. If I can stay with these guys, then hopefully at the end of the race we might be able to make an attack if I can't get past them before. And then we've got a gap back to Dovizioso, who's in 4th now. So ideally I would like to win this race and hopefully Dovi will stay in 4th. Oh, mess that up. Because then we'll obviously extend the lead a little bit more. Because my championship lead has come right down the last couple of races. They are pulling away a bit. That is going to be the end of lap number 1. Yeah, they're pulling. They're pulling away. The gap's almost to 2nd. That's after 1 lap. 34.6 from Marquez, and that was a 36.0 from me. So not a good opening lap. Like I said, I am hoping that my hard rear tyre is going to come into play towards the end of the race. So I don't mind the fact that they're pulling away at the moment, because I'm hoping that, yeah, at the end of the race we can reel them back in. But on the other hand, I don't want them to get too far ahead, Otherwise the gap will be too big to close down. But I am 100% expecting Marquez's soft tyres to go off towards the end. But we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it and see how it goes. As long as Dovizioso doesn't get in front of me, then that'll be fine. We don't want him coming through because otherwise, yeah, we're going to have some problems and we'll probably end up fighting with him and losing more time. So just got to stick with it. Try and just settle down a little bit. Yeah, Marquez on the soft tyres, that is not going to last. A 131.7 and a 132.6 from me, so still slower. 1.8 is the gap. They're really putting away quite quickly. Crutchlow is sticking with Marquez. I've gone in a little bit too hot. I've got to watch my rear tyre for the first few laps just until it comes up to temperature, which it almost is. But yeah, we're ultimately not going to have the grip that they have up front, so just got to make the most of it towards the end. So there's a bit of a queue behind Dovizioso. He's got a tiny gap. The gap is 2.5 seconds to Crutchlow at the moment, which isn't ideal. Yeah, ultimately we just got to finish in front of Dovizioso just to extend that lead a little bit. That was a bit of a moment with the rear. 2.3 is the gap. Okay, well, let's just keep clicking off the laps and then worry about things towards the end of the race, because that is when things are probably going to get a bit more heated. 2.6 to Crutchlow at the moment. Oh, having a few moments with the rear tyre at the moment. I think Dovizioso's closing in. It's less than a second to Dovi. Maybe I shouldn't have picked the hard rear. Maybe I should have gone for the medium. Dovizioso is closing. 3.4 to Crutchlow as well. The gap's a second to Dovi. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. An attack from Dovi is not what I need right now. Need to make sure that we can stay in third for the time being, but they're 3.3 ahead up the road. 1.2 back to Dovi. I don't know. I think it's going to pretty much all happen towards the end, I think. See what the gap is over the line. So 3.3. Okay. Oh. That was better. That was much better into the chicane that time. Four seconds. The gap is still going up and still coming down to Dovi. It's 0.8. I don't know how this race is going to pan out. I mean, if my plan works, then that'd be good, but I don't know. I don't know if it will. 4.2. That gap is getting maybe a bit too big for my liking at the moment. If it was going to hover around like the 3 second mark, then yeah, that would be doable, but I'm not entirely convinced that we're going to be able to bring this gap back, because it is just going up and up and up. 4.2 at the moment. 0.8 still to Dovey. I think we might end up losing third place soon, you know. I think Dovey's going to get me, then he might be able to bridge that gap, but I don't know. I can't let him pass, and if he does come past, I need to attack him as soon as possible. No one's really setting any fastest laps anymore. I mean, it's not going to be too long until Marquez starts having troubles with his tyres, because we're on lap 6 now. .8. So the gap is below 4 seconds again, which is good. See if we can keep it that way. .9, still below 4 seconds at the moment. The gap is 1.4 back to Dovey, so that is good. We're pulling away from Dovey again. But I'm not convinced about this gap. That gap just seems a bit too big. Usually when I've caught people that have gone out in front, you know, the gap stays pretty consistent throughout the race, and we end up doing similar lap times until towards the end of the race, and then they come back to me. But I don't know. Still think that gap might just be a little bit too big. See what it is over the line. 3.9 still. So lap times are probably about the same now. That means that their tyres are obviously starting to go off. That was a mistake by me. So their tyres are starting to go off. They're starting to drop a bit of pace. That mistake definitely wouldn't have helped the situation though. Yeah, 4.7. The gap's nearly 5 seconds. We didn't lose too much to Dovey though. That is not good. That is not good at all. They're still close to each other. The gap is still 4.7. 1.5 to Dovey. I don't know if we're going to be able to close it. .6. It's come down a tenth. That could be the sector that I'm a little bit quicker in. Right, end of lap 7, on to lap 8. Marquez still leading, Crutchlow in second. 4.5, so it's come down a little bit more. Come down another 0.2 of a second, which is obviously going the right way. We'll keep an eye on it, see how it goes sector by sector. I think sector 1 it usually goes up. 4.6. This hasn't gone up much. Dovey still refusing to give up at the moment. And it's around now I'm expecting Marquez's tyres to really stop dropping off. Still Crutchlow in second, 4.8 though, the gap's gone back up. This is a sector where we took some time out of them last time out. And into the S's. 4.7. Yeah, so we only took a tenth of a second out there. I don't know. Dovi looks like he's got a little bit closer though. .7 over the line on to lap 9. I don't know what the gap is to Dovi, but he did look a little bit closer. Rossi fighting Rosarco for 9th and 10th place. Yeah, it's over 5 seconds now. 5.1, 1.5 back to Dovi. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. Gap is over 5 seconds. I am not convinced. Still 5 seconds. 1.7 to Dovi. Hoping that extra little click of traction control is going to help give me the drive at corners, hopefully. Stop the rear spinning too much. 4.7. Okay. We'll see what it is over the line, but it's come down by 0.3 in one sector. Marquez still leading, but only just. Crutchlow still in second place. 4.6. The gap is coming down. It's come down 0.4 of a second in the last couple of sectors, which is good news for me. Marquez's tyres have surely got to be really going off now. .9. That's gone back up. We're on lap 10 of 15. I don't think this gap's going to come down quick enough. We'll see. What's the next split going to say? 4.7. Come on. They're still together. They're still together. .1. Right, okay. Yeah, it's happening now. It is happening. The gap is starting to come down quite significantly. And the thing is, with Marquez on those soft tyres, if he's going a bit slower, he's going to hold Crutchlow up a little bit as well. I'm still convinced that Crutchlow's on a medium rear tyre. 3.5 seconds. Yeah, the gap's coming down. We've got a race on now. We're on lap 11 of 15. Let's try and get the bit between our teeth and chase them down. Oh, yeah. I thought Crutchlow was through then, but yeah, he is. He is. So Crutchlow into the lead. I had a feeling he'd gone into the lead. So Marquez's tyres are pretty much gone. We're really pulled away from Dovi now. 3.2 to Marquez in second. Come on. See if Crutchlow starts pulling away. At the moment he's not. But if he does, that could be a bit of an issue for me. 2.8, yeah, they're coming back. Come on. I think Crutchlow is just starting to edge away a little bit. Okay. Oh, that's a 31 from me, so 2.4. The gap to Marquez is collapsing. I mean, Crutchlow's not really pulling away too much. 2.2 is the gap as well. It's over 4 seconds back to Dovi. We haven't got to worry about Dovi anymore. His tyre's obviously starting to go off as well. Maybe the hard rear tyre was the way to go if the medium's going off as well. .8. I'm coming for you, Marky boy. Oh, and they're a little bit too hot. It looks like Crutchlow is just eking out a little bit. I've gone in too hot again. 2 seconds. Are we going to run out of time? I don't think so. Not to Marquez, maybe to Crutchlow. He is really starting to edge away now. We may run out of time trying to actually catch Crutchlow now, but Marquez is still doable. 1.7. We've got 3 laps to go, including this one. Come on. Let's see where he is weak. Coming out of the corners is where he's going to be losing his time. We are nearly with him. We're nearly with him. 1.4. Oh, again a little bit too hot into garage there. Yeah, Crutchlow's pulling away. We're nearly with him now. We are closing. The gap is a second exactly. It's probably going to be less than that by the time we get to the start-finish line. Crutchlow is away. Yeah, that gap is definitely less than a second now. So 0.3, we have caught Marquez. He's led most of the race. Crutchlow got in front of him, and now it is my time to get him as well. But where can I get him? Where is he going to suffer the most? Alright, I'm going to try and get a very late apex and get the run out. We'll just miss the apex completely. Oh, but he is struggling for rear grip. Past we go. That is it. Second place. 1.5 laps to try and catch Crutchlow. I think that gap is a bit too big to try and close down in 1.5 laps. 2.3. I mean, I'll give it a go, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. Not for the win. But second place. If Marquez can hold on to third, that will actually do me a favour, because Dovi is down in fourth. Gap looks like it's already come down to Crutchlow a bit. Yeah, it has. 2 seconds. Oh, I don't think it's going to be enough time. 1 lap. The medium tyres obviously lasted a little bit longer. Maybe the medium rear tyre is the one I should have gone for, because then I would have been closer to these guys obviously during the first stage of the race, and then when Marquez's tyres started going off I would have been a lot closer. So yeah, I should have probably gone for the medium, but we've made the hard rear work. 1.7 is the gap. I don't think there's enough lap left. There's not enough time. Still gonna push though, just in case there's an off chance. 1.3. I think it's going to be quite close towards the end, but I really don't think we're going to be able to close him down. .2. Yeah, no, we're not going to do it. We've only got a few corners left to go. I think we needed maybe one more lap and we might have been able to get him. Yeah, we needed at least one more lap. But second place, I'll take that. Ooh. Much better than the last two races anyway. So 1.1 we managed to close that gap down to. But yeah, Crutchlow set the fastest lap of the race. No, he didn't. Marquez did. That was early on, obviously with the soft tyres he had in. Everyone else in the 33s and a few 32s. There we go. We've opened up the lead to 15 points now. Crutchlow up to third. Pramac Ducati still leading the team championship for the time being by 19 points and still leading the Constructors' Championship for Ducati.
There might be a touch of bitterness due to the lack of victory, but the second place finish will earn him 20 precious points, meaning he's still in the running for the next few races. Compared
to the last two races, that is definitely a step in the right direction. We just need more dry races.
It was a very intense weekend. And finally, the moment has come for the riders who put their talent on show to celebrate. With such an exciting race, these three guys deserve the applause of everyone under the podium.
But yeah, well done, Crutchlow. He got a good win. Picked his moment when Marquez's tyres were at their worst. Marquez still hung on to that podium. Okay, we can finally upgrade the frame for the bike, which is something that I've really needed to do. So yeah, that is that. Let's go on to the leaderboards. Red Bull Rookies Cup is still the same as it was last time. So Moto 3 is Antonelli leading that from Dalla Porta in second, Masia third, Canet in fourth, and John McPhee in fifth place. And then we go over to Moto 2, which is still led by Schrotter by 1 point from Baldassari in second, Marquez in third, Luti fourth, and Bastianini in fifth. And MotoGP, I'm leading that from Dovi in second, Crutchlow's up to third, Rossi's in fourth, and Alicia Spargo is down to fifth place. Anyway, guys, that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more content, and I shall see you guys in the next video. See you!